Last round at Interlagos saw some of the best racing we've seen in this series to date. But now it's time to crown our Season 2 champion at two of the world's most legendary circuits. Welcome to the final round of Speedweek eSeries, powered by Gran Turismo Sport and PlayStation 4. Season 2 has seen complete dominance by our pro gamers, with Adam Wilk and Joseph De Jesus the leading figures across our previous 3 rounds. Wilk's superiority in qualifying and a clean sweep at Interlagos sees him leading the overall standings on 184 points, 35 clear of De Jesus on 149, but with 66 points on offer for the final round, De Jesus can still win if Wilk encounters serious drama. For this round, we visit two of the world's most iconic circuits. Race 1 will be held at the Monza circuit in Italy, this time bypassing the first chicane approaching the Curva Grande. For Race 2, our final race of this series, we return to the holy grail of Australian motor racing, Mount Panorama Bathurst. It's set to be a cracking final round as the $5,000 first prize and the Speedweek eSeries trophy awaits our soon-to-be champion. Who will it be? We're about to find out.
Hey, my name's Craig Woods. I drive in the ECB Super Ute Series in the Toyota Hilux for Western Sydney Motorsport. Today we got the Speedweek eSeries in the F-Type Jaguar GT3.
Hi, I'm Josh Anderson, 19 years old. I'm driving the RDA brake Chev Camaro in the Aussie Racing Car Series. And in the Speedweek eSeries, I'm driving the Mercedes AMG GT3.
Hi, my name's Chelsea Angelo. I'm 22 years old. I recently competed in the Porsche Michelin GT3 Cup Challenge Series, and in the Speedweek eSeries Championship, I'm racing in the Lexus RCF GT3.
Hi, I'm Liam Talbot. I'm racing in the Porsche Carrera Cup with Wall Racing, and today I'm here in the Porsche 911 RSR.
G'day, my name's Adam Wilk. I'm 27 from Sydney. I've been sim racing for about 2 years, and my latest accomplishment was actually at the 2019 FIA GT Championships. I'm competing at the Speedweek eSeries, and I'll be driving the Ford Mustang GT3.
Hi, my name is Joseph De Jesus IV. I'm 29 years old and I'm from Brisbane. My latest achievement was that I participated in the FIA Certified GT Sport World Finals in Monaco, and I'm driving the BMW M6 GT3 in the Speedweek eSeries.
My name is Gopi Mahendajit. I'm 20 years old from Melbourne, and I'm an engineering student at RMIT University. This is the first time I've been invited to a professional sim racing competition here at the Speedweek eSeries. Today I'll be driving the Nissan GTR GT3.
Hi, I'm Anthony Huey. I'm 25 from Camden, New South Wales. I'm a professional sim racer. I placed 4th in the Australian GT Series, and I'm driving the Subaru WRX.
Let's take a look at the qualifying highlights of this race now at Monza, the world-famous Monza circuit. And Gopi Mahendajit goes into 3rd position for this round, 139.49 aboard the Nissan GTR. Should be really strong at this round. Joseph De Jesus, another front row position for the BMW, 138.934. But again, it's pole position to the Mustang of Adam Wilk, who continues his domination of this Speedweek eSeries, a 138.271, and looks likely in the box seat coming into the final 2 races. The final round of this year's Speedweek eSeries. Pole position by a huge margin, over 0.6 of a second to De Jesus. Mahendajit in 3rd, Anderson 4th, Anthony Huey, back to Woods, Angelo and Talbot. As we get set for race number 1 here at the world-famous Monza circuit. Justin Ruggier is alongside me. $5,000 up for grabs. A trophy, but my goodness me, we've got some racing to come. Adam Wilk looks like he's in the box seat here.
He's just so confident at the moment. It's going to be hard to beat him, but $5,000, big money.
Drivers getting set, locking into position and ready for the final combat. We're racing on the Monza circuit. Now, Monza, we've known over the years, hard stops, long straights. We've taken a chicane out of this race. So this is going to be very interesting. We look at the front row. Normally, the main straight's 1.1 kilometres long. It's probably another half a K longer in this race. The lights go out here. And Josh Anderson gets another strong start aboard that Mercedes. Man, he was impressive over at the Interlagos circuit. Moves up into 2nd place straight away.
That's what kept him in the game the last race, was his start. So it's great to see him doing it again.
Slipstreaming is going to be king here. The GTR is hung out to dry here through the right-hander for the first time and down towards the first chicane, the first real hard stop. Oh, the bump and grind begins. Big bump now into the chicane. It's on.
And that's what happens when you have a long straight and a really tight corner, isn't it?
that was brewing pretty much when they took off from the start line. And that now jumbles up the field. Talbot makes up a spot in the Porsche 911. We look at Huey. Oh, no, he doesn't. He goes off into the gravel.
Cold tyres, it looks like, was that Liam that went off?
Yeah, the two Lesmo bends, they really are tight corners. These corners were tightened up in the late 90s. And again, another spinner off in the background. This race is going off, and it's only the opening lap.
And again, you can see Adam, his eyes on the prize. He's just taken off in the distance.
So De Jesus, for the second race in succession, has spun out of contention. He drove well at Interlagos to go from 8th and maybe 15 seconds behind to finish in 4th. You look from Craig Woods as we head down the long straight towards the Parabolica for the first of 3 laps. Anthony Huey, 4th position, a strong showing from the Subaru. Expect the Jag to stretch the legs. This is a horsepower-friendly circuit. From this point onwards, 100% throttle till we get to the first chicane, and that's nearly 2 kilometres away.
Yeah, it's a long way down this straight, and I think, for Anthony, just getting that slipstream, try and catch Josh. Josh needs to catch Adam. It's the name of the game.
Here he is. Has he gone too soon? Remember, it's a sweeper. We don't stop for the chicane. You'll see it appear. They'll go straight past it.
And again, from my perspective, I probably wouldn't have got out of the slipstream, but I would have waited to the next corner to do the job.
Just shows you, doesn't it? He came out just before the finish line, and they're right on the edge. Anderson is just ahead of this group of cars, but Adam Wilk, who's led this series from the start of season number 2, is disappearing around this Monza circuit.
And as a racer, confidence is so important. Adam's showing all them attributes. He's confident, he's consistent, he's fast. And, he's brought Josh and a few others to sort of his level, but...
It's Anderson. It's Anderson, who now will fall back into the clutches of these guys, and now a 3-car battle. Woods gives him a bit of a hurry up. This is not the Aussie racing cars.
I'll put the curse on him.
Gives him another push. It's Huey this time in the Subaru, so Anderson, one little mistake was costly.
And again, in a championship battle, $5,000's on the line, and again they keep battling and they keep letting Adam get away, and he's just too good at the moment.
He's been a class act, that Mustang. You can see it just turning into a little dot as he makes his way towards the Parabolica. Josh Anderson, focused as ever. But my goodness, has he got some challenges right in his tail now. Down into the right hand of the world-famous Parabolica.
And looking at his throttle pickup then, he's definitely trying to maximise the exit, not to be vulnerable.
Oh, Woods has gone off in the background somehow. So the Jag is missing from that shot. We saw him disappear at the Parabolica, so he's dropped a ton of space for these two guys. You can't afford to do that here in Monza.
I think, when he looks back at this, probably going to want to... Maybe he's very aggressive. He's very aggressive on a racetrack, and it's obviously not working out for him here.
Not today, anyway. This is Huey on the back of Anderson. Battle for 2nd and 3rd. Forget about our race leader. He is gone on this 2nd lap. And down towards the chicane. So Woods tries to fight back on the GTR. Looks like a monster in the middle of the circuit, doesn't it?
Guys moving around everywhere.
He's off the circuit, though. That's the 2nd time you've cursed a driver today. Justin Ruggia, who's alongside me for this one, professional racer, professional sim racer as well. Give some feedback on how this series goes. The Speedweek eSeries powered by Gran Turismo Sport and PlayStation 4. You're looking back from Josh Anderson.
And again, now, this is final lap. It's interesting. We'll see what happens with Josh, but he needs to keep calm and not look in the mirror.
A little bit different this time too. Just the one race at Monza. We're heading to Mount Panorama for the final race of this year's Speedweek eSeries. As now they stay side by side. The GTR trying to fight back down at the chicane. Gets a bump for good measure.
Chelsea picked up the throttle really early there, and that's where she made slight contact.
It's the view from Angelo. Running back in 6th position, Talbot and De Jesus. Right at the back of this field. But at the front of the field, it's Adam Wilk who takes another checkered flag. The 3-lap sprint race around Monza, and he collects another victory. Fist pumps in the sky. He knows the series crown is almost his with one race to go. 2nd and 3rd was on, and it's on again for the minors. Here comes the GTR, bump and grind at the finish line.
Love that aggression.
Wow. We'll see what the tail of the tape says on the results graphic. We know that Adam Wilk has won this race by probably one of the biggest margins we've seen so far. He is just Pro Plus in this season and does it by a whopping 7.2 seconds. Back to Anderson, Huey, Woods and Angelo, who got 5th position by less than a 10th on Mahinderjit. Liam Talbot and D. Jesus the 4th finishes in 8th position.
Yeah, I was definitely very worried about that corner because I saw a big angry pack behind me and I was very thankful to survive. All these first corners turn out to be have a few victims with them, so I hope I'm not the next victim.
I got like a 4-second penalty in the first lap, so I spent the whole race trying to clear that, to be honest, and then just having good battles.
I had a bit of problem with the straight line speed, but luckily I was able to keep in the tow with everyone else, and everyone had a bit of issues in front of me. So I was able to keep up well and go through everyone else.
Yeah, 4th was good. I thought we probably had the pace to finish 2nd, but a few things didn't go our way in the race. Awesome racing with the drafting and the passing, and that track was pretty cool for those cars.
Time for a very short break here on the Speedweek eSeries, but as we head there, let's learn about one more of our drivers. Here's Gopi Mahinderjit.
My name is Gopi Mahinderjit. I'm 20 years old from Melbourne, and I'm an engineering student at RMIT University. This is the first time I've been invited to a professional sim racing competition here at the Speedweek eSeries. Today I'll be driving the Nissan GTR GT3. Well, initially for me it started from just watching V8 supercars and Formula 1 on TV, and then got a PlayStation when I was young, and then started playing Gran Turismo when I was from a young age. At uni I'm doing mechanical engineering, so it helps with learning how to set up a car and how to design a car as well, when you know what a car needs to feel like from a background of sim racing. Being invited to an event like this means I have potential. So yeah, also if it happens to bring up a real life racing opportunity, I'm definitely down for that. The way I see it, the pro drivers might struggle at the start getting to grips with the console and the way the game handles, but I think towards the end they'll really be able to be comfortable with how the car is. Yeah, I've raced Adam and Joseph quite a bit actually online, but never really raced them in person, so it'll be interesting to see how everyone goes. Yeah, Adam is probably one of the fastest in the world, so he's got a good reputation for speed, so hopefully can learn a lot from him. It should be really fun racing from lights out to the checkered flag.
Hi, I'm Liam Talbot. I'm racing in the Porsche Carrera Cup with WILK Racing, and today I'm here in the Porsche 911 RSR. My story is quite unique, obviously. Never followed motorsport, not a motorsport family, couldn't watch it on TV. Tried to, after a couple laps, I'm just like, I don't understand what's going on. So no background whatsoever. Had a friend at the time that had a car and said, you got to come racing with me, and I just kept dismissing it, and he just kept persevering, and I said, you know what, let's have a go, and went faster than him. So it wasn't a good start to the friendship. But just didn't know if it was for me. I was just going to do a couple races and sack myself, and kind of got faster, and might have been something there. I didn't know, but just had to explore it a bit further, and it's a whole new world for me, and I love racing and love motorsport. It's been a crazy journey. I've had this opportunity in the GT cars. It started 2014, and just from there it's taken off beyond my wildest dreams. Racing in Europe with an Italian team and having the authentic pasta of the track with the Italians cooking has just been unbelievable. And then racing a Ferrari in Italy with an Italian team has just been the stuff of dreams. I'm a big fan of sim racing. I think it's very important when you haven't been to that track. So you don't know whether it's a 5th gear right hand corner or 2nd gear left hand corner, and that's a massive speed differential. So imagine if you can do the laps on the simulator before you get there. You've got this muscle memory, the rough braking markers, roughly what gear you're going to be in for that corner. So there's this inbuilt memory before you come to the race weekend, and you get such little time on track in practice and qualifying. So if you can hit the ground running, so to speak, with all that track knowledge first time there, it's invaluable. I'm just looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a bit of a learning curve being on the simulator, but I think there's going to be some interesting action on track. Hopefully I'm not the cause of it, but it's going to be interesting. I think I'm the oldest guy too, so maybe they need to wind the boost up in my car or something.
Well, from one iconic circuit to another, this time it's in our own backyard. It's Mount Panorama Bathurst and Josh Anderson. goes third quickest this lap, 2:04.332, around this 6.2 kilometre circuit. Joseph De Jesus again locks in that front row, pretty much has owned that all season long. He stopped the clocks around this world famous circuit, 2:02.633 for the BMW, and pole position for the final round of this year's series, and it's the guy with one hand on the trophy right now, the GT Mustang of Adam Wilk, blazing around Bathurst in 2:02.464 to take another pole position in this Speedweek eSeries powered by Gran Turismo Sport and PlayStation 4. Locks out the front row for this final race from De Jesus, Anderson, Gopi Mahinderjit from 4th, Anthony Huey from 5, Chelsea Angelo out of 6, Craig Woods out of 7, Liam Talbot starts out of position number 8 for the final race of this year's series, with $5,000 up for grabs, the eSeries trophy, and these drivers getting set, locking into the hyperdrive simulators. And Justin Ruggia, if they're nervous, I'm more nervous, because I'd love to see a fascinating race to finish off this final round.
I'm nervous now, to be honest, just watching this, and it should be a good race and unbelievable track. Bathurst is something special to me too.
Flash of the headlights from the front row, they mean business. Oh, the GTR goes nowhere. Gopi Mahinderjit is flying back through the field here. As into turn number 1 goes the GT, there's contact already. De Jesus and Anthony Huey at Hell Corner, raising hell.
You know, it's a last race. They've turned each other around already.
A little bit early to be doing that kind of stuff as they climb Mountain Straight for the first time. Chelsea Angelo on the back of Craig Woods. Up to the top turn. Josh Anderson runs back in a second. Oh, you get the feeling we've got an Interlagos race in our hands again.
I need to speak to Josh after this, actually, and find out what he's doing on these starts. They're rocket.
Sure has. Up to the top, into the cutting. Looking back to the GT Mustang. Adam Wilk. Pole positions all season long and looking to wrap up this series. He can't go side by side through there.
You will. They're trying.
Yeah, Woodsy will. And just misses the wall on the left-hand side. Great move, though, from Chelsea Angelo, who moves up into 3rd place. Oh, Woods very close to the wall. He's trying to put this car in positions that you wouldn't do in the real race car.
You can see how early he turns in, you know, it's really good to see.
Good battle for 3rd and 4th. So they plunge down through Skyline. He's got the wall this time. That was just a matter of time. And as it dropped him back, he has to have hurt that car.
And again, it's all about patience being at Bathurst. It looks like Liam's had a bit of a moment as well.
He's limping down the hill in the Porsche 911. The self-confessed oldest driver in the field out there today, but he's had experience, as so have you.
Yeah, you know, this track's awesome, you know. Racing here is just something so special, you know, in front of so many people, and such a driver's track too. It's such a pleasure to be around here.
Down the famous Conrod Straight into the chase that was added over 3 decades ago now to slow speeds. Well, the speeds are still there, but it promotes another passing opportunity. 1st to 2nd now, bit of a margin, but it's on between the Porsche and the Subaru, side by side into the chase.
I think Liam actually had a moment before in the Forest Elbow, so don't know what's going on. This car's been a handful for him, and speaking to him before too, the transition's been very, very difficult for him.
5th and 6th on the circuit. Oh, he runs wide now, opens the door up, and now the Porsche just makes sure that he gets the job done there, and he's into the wall in the background. So 2 hits either side, and the yellows are out.
I think there might have been a bit of forced him off the track if you had a look at that closely.
There's a lot of feeling in the final race. This guy, though, absolutely in control. So he climbs through Griffins and on the run to the cutting. On the 2nd lap, here's Woods, still running in 4th position, and De Jesus, who's had a couple of bad races lately. He's been qualifying well, but the results haven't spoken for him.
And again, you know, this is what it's all about. It's 3 laps. Don't need to do anything silly very early on. Unfortunately, with Joseph's been caught up in a lot of other things, and unfortunately he's back in 5th place.
Oh, that was an easy move for him there when Craig Woods snaps sideways in the BMW, gets in before Sulman Park, and goes up another spot into 4th as he got time to chase down the likes of Angelo, Anderson, and your race leader Adam Wilk, who's disappearing towards his first Speedweek eSeries trophy.
Craig's pushing so hard to get the pace out of this car. You can see, you know, just locking up, missing apexes, unfortunately, but when he does get it right, he seems to catch them real quickly again.
Oh, snap sideways out of the dipper, and now down towards Forest Elbow. Lap 2 of 3, it's a split round here in the final round of the Speedweek eSeries, powered by Gran Turismo Sport and PlayStation 4. It's a series that's had a bit of everything this year, hasn't it?
It definitely has, and it's, again, it's a pleasure to watch, and again, looking at Woodsy race, from seeing it from the outside, seeing how aggressive he is, how that car moves around. Listen to know what it's like to race against him too.
Touches that curb on the inside. It just unsettles the car for a moment. As into the final turn comes Josh Anderson. Solid in the back half of this series. Has really gotten used to driving these simulators. Transitioning from the Aussie racing car into the Mercedes-Benz. No easy feat.
It definitely isn't. And you can see his lines. His lines are actually really good. His brake modulation's really good as well. So he has picked it up, like you said. He's come a long way. And he is the fastest pro racer too.
I noticed the wheel work between the two drivers then. He's a bit more aggressive at the wheel. Woodsy looks like he's just on a Sunday drive. I'm sure it's not, though.
Well, you don't know what happens with Woodsy. He does surprise us many times. But, looking at that entry then, looks like Josh braked just a little bit too late, holding onto the brake a bit too late, and, a bit of understeer and a sloppy exit.
Into the cutting, just with Anderson. Oh, a bit of a messy approach to the top now. He climbs the shelf here at Mount Panorama Bathurst. The final lap of this season's Speedweek E-Series. You're watching Joseph De Jesus, who fell down the field after contact at Hell Corner, but again has righted that wrong and moved up into 4th position.
It's very impressive to see Joseph come back through the field after his start of the race, and he's got his sights on Chelsea.
Oh, he goes to the move at McPhillamy, and Chelsea slams the door shut. Ambitious move from the BMW driver. Chelsea's not going to give up this podium position without a fight.
Chelsea had her right away there, I believe. The move was potentially on, but not enough in my book.
He's got another chance down here if he dives down the inside at Forest Elbow. Won't be able to do it this time, but tucking behind the slipstream for this 1 kilometre ride down Conrod Straight for the final time. Battle for the final podium position between Angelo and De Jesus, while Adam Wilk and Josh Anderson are on their way down towards the chase.
Chelsea didn't get a good run out of the Forest Elbow then.
Might pay the price for it here. The BMW sweeps on by, and De Jesus is 3rd. Oh, leaves the door open, almost taunting Angelo. Meantime, Adam Wilk will come out the final turn to win this year's Speedweek E-Series. Season number 2 has been about the Mustang from start to finish, and does it by a comprehensive margin. He was a GT Academy National finalist back in 2015. He was an FIA Gran Turismo World Championship finalist in 2018, and now has the Speedweek E-Series next to his name. What a season for Adam Wilk.
Unbelievable effort from Adam. How do I race this guy? I want to be part of this series myself.
Just dominated in qualifying, and now has wrapped up this year's Speedweek E-Series, $5,000 richer as well. And well done to everybody in that final race. Josh Anderson holds down another 2nd position. De Jesus, the 4th, claims the final podium of the season. Angelo 4th, back to Woods, Talbot, Anthony Huey, and Gopi Mahendajit finishing in 8th position off the circuit. But well done to our series champion, Adam Wilk.
We got through turn 1 okay, and then Josh had a good run on me up Mountain Straight. So I covered him into turn 2, and once he was behind me, just managed the gap to him. He did race very well, so he kept me honest.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. Just had some unfortunate accidents in the last 2 races, so yeah, I just did what I could.
It's pretty interesting. There was a bit of action going on in the first lap, and yeah, I think I didn't have the pace of Adam, and then it was pretty straightforward until I made a mistake, second last corner.
Solid 3rd place for Josh Anderson in this year's Speedweek E-Series. Adam Wilk, your champion by a decent margin in the end, to De Jesus the 4th. Gopi Mahendajit was back there in 4th position. The pro gamers and the pro drivers really started to level up. Josh Anderson winning the pro drivers, and Adam Wilk, your champion and the pro gamer champion.
It feels amazing. It's been a great competition with some great drivers, and we put on some great racing, I hope. And it feels great to come out on top. And there's a big season on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll be battling Joseph and other fast Aussies on the sim races, so I hope to see them out there.
Yeah, I'll probably continue some sim racing. I'll be challenging for the FIA Championships this year, so hopefully you can represent Australia for that one as well. Yeah, it was awesome fun. Got to meet some real pro drivers, and also the other games as well, so it was a real fun experience.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to compare myself against the guys who are always playing Gran Turismo. I actually went better than what I thought I would.
It was cool to actually know that I came 2nd against the pros. There's a lot of good pro gamers here as well as pro race car drivers, so to be able to compete against them was great.
I absolutely love the series. It genuinely felt like I was in an actual real-life race car, and it was like trying to get the win and trying to get a position, and just ultimately struggled with the handling of the Porsche, unfortunately. But that's all right. Come back next time and have a better go.
Some real great feedback from this Speedweek eSeries pro gamer versus pro driver. Justin Rugia, it's racing is racing, isn't it?
It definitely is, and you can see, if we use Adam as a benchmark, his consistency showed through the whole series. Josh, once he got used to the car, the feeling, then he started making inroads. But, look, as you said, racing's racing, definitely is. If you want to win, you need to be different.
Well done to Adam Wilk, who wraps up this year's Speedweek eSeries crown, powered by Gran Turismo Sport and PlayStation 4. Season 3 comes up later in the year. For Justin Rugia, I'm Matt Nolte. We'll see you next time.